What's your name, your year, and your major?
My name is Kristen. I'm a freshman, and my major is elementary and special ed.
Okay, so what's your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby is jump roping.
And what's your favorite memory from jump roping?
My favorite memory from jump roping was probably a few years ago. My three-person double dutch team and I performed this routine at nationals, and we nailed it in the age division championships. And I was 16 competing in an 18 and over age division because one of the girls in my group was 18 at the time. And because we did really well, we got to move up to this higher level where we competed against the other top scorers across all the age groups across the whole country. And on that, that was televised on national TV, and we came in third, and it was crazy and awesome, and it was just the best feeling in the world.
Wow. Now, what teams did you jump for? When did you start jump roping?
I started jump roping when I was 7. My mom thought I had too much energy as a child, so she made me try out for the team that my neighbor was on. It's called the Kangaroo Kids. It's a team based in Howard County, and since I've lived in Howard County my entire life, that's where I've jump roped for the past 10 years.
Wow. So where have you gone for competitions? Like, what areas have you traveled to?
Locally, I've gone across the state of Maryland. I've also gone to Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, Iowa, California, Detroit, Tennessee, Louisiana. I think that's it.
Where was your favorite place to go?
Disney World. I love Disney World. Best place. And Iowa's fun. Their corn is really good. and California is gorgeous because just the weather is so nice. And in Tennessee, the people are really friendly. And in Detroit, they have polar bears, which are my favorite animal.
Wow. What's been your biggest challenge that you've had to overcome?
With jump rope, it's definitely been my ankle. I was born with an extra bone in my foot, and I twisted my ankle when I was 10 years old at a jump rope practice, and it never got better, and they found my bone problem, and they eventually removed my bone and took that out because it was extra and it was rubbing against the tendons weird. And then 2 years after I got that removed, I had 3 really bad ankle sprains where I almost tore all the tendons in my ankle. And after that, it never really got better. And right after the 2011 competition season, I started to notice my ankle hurting all the time. I'd be sleeping in the middle of the night, and I'd wake up because I felt like someone was stabbing me in my ankle, and it just hurt all the time. So I went to the doctor, and they told me I had severe tendinitis in all the tendons in my ankle except for my Achilles. And after that, they put me in a boot for maybe 4 weeks, and it didn't solve anything. So they realized that I had this thing where my tendons were slipping out of place and going over the bone instead of behind it. And if they kept stretching over the bone, they were eventually going to rupture, and I could have gotten into serious infection. So the only way for them to fix that was to go in and surgically drill into the bone and repair the tendons before they actually ruptured. But when they did that, when they opened my ankle up, they realized that my bones are too small to hold off my calf muscle. So the calf muscle that couldn't attach to the bone where it should be on my calf, that muscle actually went into the spot where those tendons were supposed to be. So they had to remove half of my calf muscle and repair the tendons and screw those back into place. And it was just a really complicated procedure, and I wasn't able to walk or drive or jump rope or do anything for at least 3 or 4 months, and I couldn't walk, and it was really hard. And then just that whole year recovering and trying to get better to compete, because my physical therapist and my doctors, they told me it'd be impossible. And I was a senior, I wanted to go to prom and wear heels and walk across the stage for graduation like a normal person. And by some miracle, I was able to do all of that. And then at nationals last summer, our team still won, so our team was still grand national champions. And at the Junior Olympics last summer, I still medaled overall in all of my events. So it was just a crazy miracle, and it was extremely hard, but really rewarding at the same time.
Awesome. Now, how'd you overcome that? What was your biggest, like, help with overcoming everything?
My biggest help was probably the support from my family and friends. They were really helpful, especially at first when I was really miserable, and they put me on Percocet and Oxycodone at the same time, so I was really out of it and really unstable and like extremely confused. And so they were like a really big help trying to like, help me catch me up like with my school stuff, because it happened like in the middle of the school year. And my family was really nice and supportive and like were able to like help me. It was really embarrassing. Like I couldn't even shave my legs. Like my mom had to do that for me. So as awkward as that was appreciated. Just like small things like that. Just like the everyday things I couldn't do. Like my family and friends were able to help me with that. And also, I'm a Christian. And I really found, like, through that all, like, that whole, like, experience, like, that was a time where it just made my religion stronger, because it's, like, I didn't have anything to fall back on but my faith, and knowing that even though everyone told me I wouldn't get better and be able to do what I wanted to do, it was, like, still kind of holding on to that hope. So that was pretty cool, too.
Cool. What else can you add on to that? That's awesome. Is there anything else that you want to tell me about jump roping?
It's a lot of fun. People don't really understand what jump roping is. They think it's what like little kids do like on a playground. But it's really a lot more than that. We do so many different kinds of events and things that people wouldn't even imagine doing with a jump rope. So I think it's really cool, and I think it's just kind of a way that shows people, like, you can't really judge people based on, like, what they think or, like, what society thinks something is. Like, it just shows that there's more than what it may seem like on the surface. So I think it kind of teaches a cool lesson like that. It also helps you get in really great shape. I think, like, if people wonder, like, I don't know, people, like, complain about not being in shape or whatever, jump roping is a great way to do that, because it kind of works out parts of your body the same way. I also teach jump rope classes, which are a lot of fun. I teach them to kids who don't know how to jump rope at all. And just, like, watching them grow and kind of, like, gain confidence and stuff. And jump roping, it's pretty cool because, I don't know, jump roping is just, like, kind of a way to express yourself. It's like an art. It's like a combination between, like, a sport and, like, dancing. And it's just a really cool way because you gotta have your own creativity and, like, your uniqueness, and you find yourself in it. And you just, like, lose yourself, too. So it's a great way to express yourself.
That's awesome. What's your favorite kind of jump roping? Like, I don't know that much about it. So what's your favorite, like, type?
Alright, I guess I'll just tell you about some of my favorite events that I like to do. I love doing double dutch. That's a lot of fun. For double dutch, my favorite events are speed, which is where you go as fast as you can, and they count, like, your right foot only. And you see how many you can do in a given amount of time. For double dutch, I can do about maybe like 100, counting my right foot only, I can get about 120 jumps in 30 seconds. And then, so if you do the math, you just multiply it by 2 to get like the 1 minute score. And then I also like the freestyle event for double dutch too, because of, like, the memories of, like, doing so well in that event with my teammates. And I also love doing my individual freestyle, because that routine is just all me. It's my style. It's like the kind of jump roping I like to do, all of my favorite tricks, and it's just my whole, like, 1 minute and 15 seconds of me. And it's like just me connecting with the judges, which is pretty cool. And I like it because whenever I jump that routine, I just, like, lose myself completely in it, and that's an awesome feeling.
That's cool. Are there any cool people that you've met along the way?
Yeah, the great thing about jump rope is that even though it's not as a widely known sport, countries from all over the world do it. I have met so many people from not only all over the United States, but countries like Germany and Australia and, like, China, and, like, and it's awesome, like, because through Facebook and, like, other kinds of, like, social networking, I'm able to stay in contact with these people. So whenever I see them at competitions or workshops, it's like a big family reunion, which is really, really cool. And I've just met so many incredible people from all over the world. There's this one little boy from Africa. He kind of grew up in an African village and didn't know what jump rope was until one person from the U.S. kind of like, brought it to like their community, and this little boy learned how to jump rope without shoes, and just like, all he had was just the rope that he gave him, like, he's in a struggling community. And then I saw him at a competition a couple summers ago in Washington, D.C., and watching him, he was so talented and so amazing. And so that was just a really cool experience. And you're like, no matter where you are or like where you come from, like this is something anyone can do. And just kind of, it brings people together in this weird kind of way, and it's pretty cool.
Right. Awesome.